The great tiger possessed fur of deep amber and obsidian stripes that gleamed like liquid darkness under the jungle sun. His eyes, twin pools of golden fire, could pierce through the densest foliage. Muscles rippled beneath his coat as he moved, a testament to years of solitary training. His name was Raj, and though he was the mightiest predator in the jungle, his shoulders often carried an invisible burden. The morning light filtered through the emerald canopy, casting dappled shadows across the forest floor. Dew sparkled on broad leaves like scattered diamonds, and the air hung heavy with the sweet perfume of wild orchids. Birds called to one another in a symphony of whistles and trills, announcing the arrival of a new day in the ancient jungle. Raj padded silently through this lush paradise, his massive paws leaving barely a trace on the soft earth. Though he moved with the confidence of an apex predator, his heart was troubled. For 3 seasons now, he had been perfecting a hunting technique that combined speed, stealth, and precision, unlike anything the jungle had ever seen. Each dawn and dusk, away from curious eyes, he practiced his craft, leaping impossible distances, weaving through dense underbrush without disturbing a single leaf, bringing down imaginary prey with clinical precision. Yet, no other creature in the jungle seemed to notice or care about his extraordinary skill. The monkeys still chattered and played in their troops, showing off acrobatics to appreciative audiences. The peacocks danced their magnificent displays to crowds of admiring peahens. Even the elephants received reverence from the smaller creatures as they majestically paraded through forest clearings. But Raj's solitary excellence went unwitnessed, unacknowledged. "What worth is mastery if no one sees it?" he growled to himself as he reached a secluded clearing. The thought had been gnawing at him like a persistent parasite. Today, as the golden morning light bathed the jungle, Raj made a decision. He would demonstrate his prowess at the great water gathering, where all animals came together during the dry season around the last remaining watering hole. The days passed quickly as Raj honed his skills to perfection. He imagined the gasps of the other animals, the respect that would finally be his. Perhaps the elusive tigress from the eastern ridge would finally take notice of him. Maybe the elder animals would invite him to their sacred councils. His heart quickened at the thought. When the day of the great water gathering arrived, Raj approached with regal bearing. His coat gleamed in the harsh sunlight of the drought season. The watering hole was crowded. Deer drank nervously at the edges. Elephants sprayed cooling water over their backs. Monkeys chattered from overhanging branches, and birds of every hue gathered to quench their thirst. Raj cleared his throat with a low rumble. "Creatures of the jungle," he called out, his voice a resonant thunder that silenced all other sounds. "I wish to show you what I have mastered these past seasons." The initial response was promising. Eyes turned toward him with curiosity. But as he began to demonstrate his extraordinary leaps and silent stalking technique, something unexpected happened. The deer scattered in terror, assuming they were being hunted. The elephants trumpeted warnings, creating chaos. The monkeys screamed alarms from the trees. In minutes, the watering hole was nearly empty, save for a few elephants too large to fear him and some indifferent crocodiles. Raj stood alone in the clearing, his demonstration half completed, his heart sinking into his paws. "They ran before they could even see what I accomplished," he murmured, the bitter taste of disappointment coating his tongue. For days afterward, Raj withdrew deeper into the jungle. His hunting became careless, driven by frustration rather than skill. He missed easy prey and exhausted himself in futile chases. One particularly humid afternoon, he collapsed beneath a banyan tree, his breath coming in heavy pants, his magnificent coat dulled by neglect. "Your greatness dims when you chase the light of others' eyes," came a soft voice from above. Startled, Raj looked up to see an ancient owl perched on a low branch. Her feathers were the color of moonlight on water, and her eyes held the wisdom of countless seasons. "I am Maya," the owl said, regarding him with unblinking amber eyes. "I have watched you practice in secret for many moons." Raj's ears flattened against his head. "You've been spying on me?" The owl made a sound that might have been laughter. "I observe all things in my jungle, including a tiger who has forgotten why he hunts." "I hunt to survive," Raj growled defensively. "No," Maya said, her voice gentle but firm. "You survive because you hunt. But why did you begin to perfect your technique beyond what was needed? Was it truly for the approval of others?" The question struck Raj like a thorn in his paw. He had no immediate answer. Maya flew down, landing on a root near his massive head. Remarkably, she showed no fear of him. "Let me tell you about the midnight lotus that blooms in the deepest part of the jungle. It opens its petals in perfect beauty, when the moon is high and the world is asleep. No creature sees its magnificence, yet night after night, it blooms with the same perfection. What's the point of such beauty if it goes unseen?" Raj asked, his voice barely a whisper. "That," said Maya, "is what you must discover. Come with me tomorrow at sunset. There is something you should witness. If you've ever felt your efforts go unnoticed, write the word unseen in the comments. Remember this feeling. It connects us all in our journey toward true mastery." The following evening, Raj met Maya at the edge of a steep ravine he rarely visited. The sun was beginning its descent, painting the sky in fiery hues of orange and crimson. "Watch and listen," Maya instructed, pointing with her wing to the opposite cliff face. At first, Raj saw nothing unusual, just stone and sparse vegetation clinging to the rocky surface. But as the shadows deepened, he noticed movement. A mountain goat, small and gray, was making its way up what appeared to be a sheer vertical cliff. The tiny creature placed each hoof with meticulous care, finding invisible footholds in the rock face. "That path is impossible," Raj murmured in disbelief. "And yet, she climbs it every evening," Maya replied. "She has done so for 5 years, seeking the sweetest grass that grows only at the summit. No other goat attempts this route. No one watches her magnificent climb, except for me. And now, you. Why does she risk her life when there is grass in the valley?" Raj asked. "Ask her yourself," Maya suggested. When the goat finally reached a small plateau, Raj approached cautiously so as not to frighten her. To his surprise, she acknowledged him with calm eyes. "Little one," Raj began, feeling strangely humble. "Why do you climb this dangerous path every day when no one sees your achievement?" The goat chewed thoughtfully before answering. "I do not climb for others to see. I climb because each day the path teaches me something new about myself. Yesterday, it taught me patience when a rock crumbled beneath my hoof. Today, it taught me courage when the wind nearly swept me away. The mountain and I have a conversation that needs no audience." Raj considered this as they watched the sun disappear behind distant peaks. "But don't you wish for recognition? For others to marvel at your skill?" he pressed. The goat's eyes reflected the last golden rays of sunlight. "The mountain knows my skill. I know my skill. What would the opinion of the valley dwellers add to that truth? Their praise cannot make the climb more meaningful, nor their absence of praise make it less so." That night, as Raj made his way back to his territory, Maya flew silently alongside him for a while. "There is one more lesson," she said, "if you are willing to learn it." Raj nodded, his mind still processing the goat's wisdom. For 7 days, hunt not for food, nor for practice, nor for show. Hunt only to discover why you hunt. Be aware of each muscle movement, each breath, each decision. Then meet me at the great fallen oak. The following week was a revelation for Raj. Without the pressure of imagined audiences or the frustration of unrecognized talent, he moved through the jungle with renewed awareness. He felt the perfect balance of his body as he leapt across streams. He noticed how the jungle itself seemed to accept him when he moved in harmony with its rhythms. He experienced the pure joy of his own capability, something he hadn't felt since he was a cub. On the 7th day, Raj arrived at the great fallen oak, feeling somehow both lighter and more substantial than before. Maya was waiting, alongside an unexpected companion, an ancient tiger whose silver-streaked coat told of many seasons past. "This is Kavi," Maya introduced, "the ghost of the northern jungle." Raj's eyes widened in shock. The ghost was a legend, a tiger said to be so skilled that no animal ever saw him hunt. Yet he thrived in the harshest territory of the jungle. "I thought you were just a story told to cubs," Raj admitted. Kavi's laugh rumbled like distant thunder. "The best of us often become stories, young one. Maya tells me you are wrestling with the shadow of unwitnessed excellence." Raj lowered his head in acknowledgement. "Show me your technique," Kavi requested simply. Without hesitation or showmanship, Raj demonstrated his hunting method. The unique stalk, the controlled power, the precision of his strikes against imaginary prey. When he finished, Kavi was silent for a long moment. "Your technique is flawed," the old tiger finally said. Raj felt as though he'd been struck. After all his practice, all his dedication. "Your right shoulder drops slightly before you pounce," Kavi continued. "It telegraphs your intent to any prey watching carefully. And your final approach lacks economy. 3 movements where 2 would suffice." "How could I have missed this?" Raj asked, genuinely bewildered. "Because you were hunting for the wrong eyes," Kavi explained. "When you hunt for an audience, you see yourself from the outside, how you might appear to others. When you hunt for the hunt itself, you feel from the inside, where true mastery resides." Over the next moon cycle, Raj trained with Kavi in the deepest parts of the jungle. The old tiger taught him not just improved techniques, but a new way of thinking about excellence. "Greatness is not a performance," Kavi told him during one dawn session. "It is a practice. The difference is that a performance ends when the audience applauds, but a practice continues for a lifetime." Raj absorbed these lessons like parched earth drinks rain. His hunting became not just effective but beautiful, a dance between predator and prey, between effort and ease, between strength and precision. One morning, as they rested after training, Raj finally asked the question that had been forming in his heart. If excellence is its own reward, why do we feel this hunger for recognition? Kavi stretched his aging limbs in a patch of dappled sunlight. That hunger is natural, but it can never be satisfied from outside. Consider, when you received praise as a cub for your first successful hunt, did that feeling of satisfaction last? Raj thought back. No. Soon I wanted more praise, for bigger achievements. Exactly, Kavi nodded. External validation is like hunting a phantom deer. The moment you think you've caught it, it dissolves and reappears farther away. But the satisfaction of knowing your own mastery, that is a prey that, once caught, feeds you forever. As the dry season gave way to the monsoons, Raj returned to his territory transformed. He no longer practiced his hunting for future audiences, but experienced each moment of the hunt as complete in itself. The jungle seemed to respond differently to him now, not with fear, but with a kind of respectful acknowledgement. Even the deer he hunted seemed to recognize his newfound harmony, offering clean, quick endings rather than panicked chases. Word of his changed nature spread through the jungle. Animals began to observe him from safe distances, not because he sought their attention, but because true mastery naturally attracts witnesses. Young tigers from neighboring territories came seeking guidance, which Raj offered without pride or reservation. One evening, as the first stars appeared above the canopy, the tigress from the eastern ridge silently joined him at his favorite resting place. "I've been watching you," she said without preamble. "Not your hunting, though that is impressive. I've been watching how you move through the world now, as if you have nothing to prove." Raj considered her words. "I've learned that the greatest achievements often happen when no one is watching. The most important audience is the one that resides within." She nodded, settling beside him as if she belonged there. "Tell me more about this wisdom," she requested. As the moon rose higher, casting silver light through the leaves, Raj shared his journey, not as a boast, but as an offering. When he finished, the tigress looked at him with new eyes. "The jungle has always had skilled hunters," she said, "but wisdom is rarer than skill." In the seasons that followed, Raj became known not for the spectacle of his hunting, but for the depth of his presence. Young animals from all species would sometimes gather at a safe distance when he came to drink at the watering hole, observing not just what he did, but how he was in the world. Maya would occasionally visit, perching on a branch above his favorite resting spot. "You no longer hunt for applause," she noted during one such visit. "No," Raj agreed. "I hunt because I am a tiger. I perfect my hunt not for others to see, but because excellence is the natural expression of who I am." "And are you content now?" she asked, her ancient eyes gentle in the twilight. Raj considered the question, feeling the deep well of peace that had replaced his former restlessness. "I am more than content," he replied. "I am aligned. Whether alone in the deepest jungle or surrounded by every creature at the watering hole, I am the same tiger." Years passed. Raj's magnificent coat eventually began to show silver streaks of his own. The tigress from the eastern ridge remained by his side, and together they raised cubs who grew strong and confident. On rare occasions, Raj would demonstrate his hunting techniques to the younger tigers, not seeking admiration, but offering knowledge as a gift that had been given to him. One such evening, after the young tigers had departed, Raj sensed a familiar presence. "Kavi," he acknowledged, turning to see the now very elderly tiger emerging from the shadows. "I thought you had joined the stars." "Not yet," Kavi replied, his voice softer but still carrying that unmistakable strength. "I wanted to see what became of my student." They sat together in companionable silence as twilight deepened into night. "You know," Kavi finally said, "the truly great ones are never recognized in their time. Their mastery runs too deep, becomes too essential to their nature to be separated and admired. It is only after they are gone that stories begin, legends form." "Like the ghost of the northern jungle?" Raj asked with gentle humor. Kavi's eyes twinkled in the darkness. "Perhaps, or perhaps, like the tiger who found greatness in solitude. Your story is already being told, old friend. Not because you sought to create a legend, but because true mastery cannot remain hidden forever. It reveals itself in its own time, in its own way." As the stars wheeled overhead, Raj understood at last the complete circle of his journey. He had begun by hunting for recognition, and found only emptiness. He had learned to hunt for the sake of the hunt itself, and found fulfillment. And now, without seeking it, the recognition he had once craved had found him, not because he chased it, but because he had finally become worthy of it. True greatness happens in the moments when no one is watching. It forms in the crucible of solitary discipline, in choices made when there is no witness but your own conscience. The world may eventually recognize what you have become, but by then, such recognition will no longer be why you do what you do. You will do it simply because excellence has become your nature, your truth, your way of being in the world. If this story touched something in your heart, subscribe to Storybox Sage and share it with someone who might be working in silence toward their own greatness. Remember, the most important growth happens in the moments no one applauds. And that is precisely what makes it authentic and lasting.